Alrighty, Marty here. Welcome to the next installment of Starbirth, the No Man's Sky mission series that will yield you a living ship. So here it is, Starbirth, flesh on metal bones, await contact. I have fulfilled the request of the Void Egg, and best as I can understand it, I should await further contact from the egg or those to whom it calls. So here we go. We are in the space station. Hello everybody, welcome to Phase 3, Act 3, Part 3, call it what you like. It's the third installment of the Starbirth mission series. We've waited the required time. And right there you can see the Void Egg is humming on a strange frequency. Await contact. So let's go out and sort of force, we force the contact, and the way we do that is we just pulse, right? Just like we did in Part 2. Pulse in space, and Part 1 in fact. And then we just wait. There it is. And there is our clandestine traveler. So let's go ahead and accept the conversation here. You are on our path. We see it. We understand where it leads. It is necessary. Perhaps we thank you. Perhaps. The words of the ship ring in my ears. They have real expression and unsynthesizable quality, and yet I see no pilot. My dance with this strange life form, for I am convinced this ship is alive, continues. It has bound itself to me, and this egg is the bridge. So it's sending us further coordinates, and I'm pretty sure the idea is to go to this location. And we're going to probably have the same kind of activity that we did in the first two parts, which is basically go to a an approximate location, find the building we're looking for, and deliver the necessary goods. What do we got going on here? Human planet? Dissonant. Okay. Approximate location. Now, again, what I'm going to do is fly over the trigger here, or at least fly near it. I'm looking for some kind of building again. Don't know what exactly I'm looking for just yet, but I suspect it's probably another plaque or something of that nature. It is dark out, so it might be slightly... It might be easier, it might be harder to find, I don't know. It depends. Sometimes it... oh, well, that's not going to make it any easier at all. Incoming storm. That kind of figures. Yeah, so... Storm is definitely going to make it really difficult to see anything on the ground, probably. Yeah. Okay. So I'm tempted just to lay this thing down. Mission destination reached. Land to begin your search. Well, I don't know that we have a ton of choices here, especially since there's a storm brewing. And I can't see squat on the ground. I'm going to put this thing down and see where my compass leads me. This looks like a Almost looks like a gravity storm, where gravity is partially negated. And the reason I say that is that, yeah, look at that. Rocks are coming up out of the ground and starting to float. So yeah, I'm thinking gravity storm, anti-gravity storm. Okay, let's put this thing down. Let's get out and see how far we are from our actual. Okay, 1350, 60, 70 over to south. Rather than messing around getting back in my ship and flying south, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take advantage of the anti-gravity storm. I didn't take very full advantage of it here, but let's put our feet down here and recalibrate our. Okay, 1170, 1180. So we're going in this. We're still going in the right direction. It's quite a distance. Over 1,000 units or meters is quite a distance. So fortunately, this anti-gravity storm, we could jetpack through this pretty much, not all day, but surely through the storm anyway. You see my jetpack is barely losing any charge at all. And yeah. Okay, I'm going to recalibrate here again. Okay, so we're about halfway there, and this is our direction now, south and a little bit west. So I'm guessing over this way somewhere. Okay, so the storm is ending. There's a building right there to our left, but I don't think that's what we're looking for. That looks like an abandoned building. Now our jetpack is going to be on its own here shortly. Yeah, you see, now I'm really losing jetpack power. That's because the gravity storm is over. Okay, let's get up here and recheck. Okay, 192 units or meters over this way. We're a lot closer now. I think it's just in here in the cavity here. There it is. That's what we're looking for. It's a plaque. So, if we can figure out. There it is. Okay, there's the interaction. Prompt, distributed, secure archive, Korvax plaque. Archive of Korvax prime retrieval in progress. Log follows. Carapace program concluded. Machinery optimized. Biological core unnecessary. With correct local sensory throttle configuration. Yet non-convergence insufficiently processed. Biogenesis may offer future refuge. Increased autonomy must be studied. Experimental synthesis unit operational. Awaiting biogenesis materials. And what this thing is looking for is, these words are translated, designed to be read by non-convergent entities, were the authors working beyond their brief, had they become divergent, lured by the flesh they had created. How many others have walked this same path of creation? So it's looking for the impossible membrane. Insert materials, one impossible membrane. I don't have that, so the ancient Korvax machine hums faintly to itself as it etches another blueprint, another fragment of the puzzle of organic life. And impossible membrane requires chromatic metal, hypnotic eye, and living water. So that is the thing. The living water, that's the hard thing to find here, because it's not something that you find in the base kind of standard gameplay. This is something special for the living ship. So biomechanical construct created to the design of an anonymous host, a fine mesh of tightly woven fiber, microorganisms embedded within the weave allow it to regenerate endlessly, a perfect and infinite bionic skin. Okay. So prepare impossible membrane for the host egg. Use the echolocator. Nope, that's not what we want. We want this. The void egg host requires a shell. Gather hypnotic eye to craft impossible membrane. Okay, look for abyssal horrors. Hypnotic eyes. You get that in the water by hunting down abyssal horrors. So let's just check and see. Is there any water handy? Okay, I don't see any water around here at all. It's not to say there is none. Let's see. One way to tell is if there's any water creatures. Underwater, yeah. So there is water here somewhere, because there are water creatures. Just wondering if I can bring my ship in, and I can. So we'll start with that. There's my squid exotic, and we shall look for water. Hypnotic eye hosts are often found near sunken buildings. That's nice, but we still need water. I don't see a lot of water on the surface. There's not a lot of water on the surface, apparently. I don't see a lot. I do not see a lot of water on this planet. Let's go over to the other side. Maybe there's more over there. There are water creatures here on the planet, so there's water, but that's not to say there's huge oceans or anything like that, right? Yeah, I don't see a lot of water. Maybe there are other planets here with water. There's only 3 planets here. There's one. Oh. Abyssal nest. It's actually showing me where to find it. Cool. We'll take that. We'll take that cue for sure. We'll probably have to travel back to that structure to deliver the goods. Excuse me. So again, oh, do I have the mechanism to land on water? Efficiency thrusters, aquajets, yes I do. Initiating landing, aquatic landing initiated. Okay, so down here. Goodness, I hope it's not like 1,000 meters down. I think I see it there, but okay, so I'm just wondering, is it the mining? Is it the mining beam? No, I think it's the pulse spitter I need here. And we should see the abyssal horror as we approach the building here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, we're going to approach it from the side such that... And there's what we're looking for there. Hypnotic eye. Back up to the ship. Void egg host requires a shell. Gather living water to craft impossible membrane. Seek living water in deep space. So that's a little strange. Seek living water in deep space. So obviously it's not just regular water. Seek living water on the space station. Really? What? Well, Let's go. Gather living water to craft impossible membrane. It says seek it on the space station. Well, okay. I don't know. Rare deep space object detected. Okay, so I think this is where we're going to get our living water. We're being hailed. Acceptance, hope, willing. A wave of calm washes over me as my communicator tunes itself to the beautiful giant. Its message is no conventional broadcast, but an analog transmission of pure emotion. I let the feeling take hold as I contemplate the being before me. Request sacrifice. I make a request of the peaceful traveler before me. Despite having no shared language, it appears to understand me, even to have been expecting this. It convulses and I receive what I need. The being continues on its journey. And it gives me 150 living water. There it is. So now we can craft the impossible membrane. Nice. Nice. Now we deliver it to the... Okay. Is our mission still pinned? It is. Return to the ancient biogenesis structure. We saw it on the big red planet, right? Where's the big red planet? There it is. Okay. Let's go there. I hope... Yeah, this is no longer a an approximate location. We've found the plaque, so we should be going straight forward. We will deliver the impossible membrane to the plaque, and that will conclude phase 3 or part 3 of the Starbirth mission. So here we go. Let's go over here. Distributed Secure Archive Experimental Synthesis Unit operational, awaiting biogenesis materials. Deliver 1 impossible membrane. I have prepared what was asked, and the machine has brought another piece of life into the universe. Do these clusters think? Do they feel? Where's the boundary between life and an organic machine? So fragile shell is what it spits back at me. Translucent and impossibly thin, this shell is no more than the merest breath of glass, and yet the potential is clear. A relentless multiplicative hardening, adding constantly to its strength. It requires careful attendance while it matures. So, again, we are tasked with waiting for the item to mature. So, 21 hours and 26 minutes. So sometime tomorrow we can do phase 4, part 4 of the Starbirth mission. Until then, thanks everybody for watching. We appreciate it. Hope you have gathered the information from this video that you need to get your own living ship, pardon me. So we'll see you on the next one. Cheers, everybody.